Students.
Good
Hello.
morning. Morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. So we were discussing chapter number 1 yesterday, right? We did certain topics, that is India, that is location and area. The second topic that we did was rich and varied heritage. The third topic that we did yesterday was meaning of culture. The fourth topic that we did was cultural heritage of India. In the fourth topic, that is cultural heritage of India, it is divided into two parts, right? First one is that is the natural heritage. In natural heritage, we have seen 4 points yesterday. First one is landscape, second one is rivers, third one is vegetation, and fourth one is wildlife. All these things we have done yesterday, right? So there is one more point that was remaining, and that we'll try to finish in today's session, and plus certain new topics that we are going to finish today. Okay, so let's begin. That is on page number 3. The second concept, cultural heritage of India. Culture. Now I think we are clear with the definition what culture is, right? We have seen in the previous page meaning of culture, right? But culture, that is an heritage. That is an heritage, right? I told you yesterday also, our forefathers did something very extraordinary in their time, and they left all their things for us, and that defines the culture. That defines the culture because it is related to people, the standard of living, right? So in culture also there is a kind of heritage which is left in India, which our forefathers have left for us. So what is that cultural heritage of India? Let's look into the text. India has gifted to the world a diverse and rich heritage. Cultural heritage is a man-made heritage. See, it is a man-made heritage, right? It is being made by humans, right? So it's a man-made heritage. Whatever is received or created by humans with his tact, wisdom, art and skill is called cultural heritage. Is called cultural heritage. You can underline that definition also, right? Whatever that is received or created by human, culture is being created by humans, right? With a tact means tactics, wisdom, knowledge, art and skill is called cultural heritage, right? Starting from Aryans, Shatra, Kushans, Huns, Persians, Turks, Arabs, Mughals, British, French, etc. Castes and tribes have came to India. Indian culture from the exchange between all this has become rich, right? See, I told you in the previous chapters also, right? Once I said that topic, that in India, right, before independence, the Britishers were there, right? In Goa, there were Portuguese. In Delhi, that is north of India, there were Persians, right? So this is what has been given over here, right? India एक एवो देश હતો before independence, right? That there were many people who came and lived in this continent or in this planet or in this particular country, that is India, right? પહેલા એવું હતું જ નહીં કે it was completely been surrounded by the Indians. History says that જો કેટલા કેટલા અલગ અલગ દેશના લોકો ઇન્ડિયામાં પહેલા રહી ગયા છે, right? I'm repeating it again. See, starting from Aryans, right? Aryans અલગ એક આખી tribe, અલગ એક આખી caste, right? પછી એવી જ રીતે Kshatriya, Kushans, different castes and different people and different cultures, right? A point of time. Huns, Persians, Turks, Arabs and Mughals, right? આટલા લોકો ઇન્ડિયામાં પહેલા રહેતા હતા. પછી ધીમે 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 કરતું જેમ જેમ સમય બદલાતો ગયો એમ સેન્ચુરીઝ આગળ વધતી ગઈ, ડેવલપમેન્ટ થતું ગયું, એમ એ લોકો માઇગ્રેટ થતા, right? And now what is the current situation is what it is. અત્યારે જે છે, and still we find different people living in different states, right? We find many people with different castes. શું કામ આવું થાય છે? કારણ કે અત્યારથી નથી, not today. હિસ્ટ્રી કહે છે કે ઇન્ડિયા એક એવું લેન્ડ છે ત્યાં બધા કન્ટ્રીઝના લોકો રહેતા, right? So it is very difficult for us who is our forefather, right? કારણ કે એ લોકો જ્યારે ઇન્ડિયા આવ્યા, they stayed in India for n number of years and they got married with the local Indians, right? પછી એમનું next to next generation આગળ વધતું. That is why India is seen as a mixed economy. That is why India is said as a mixed economy, because we don't know who our forefathers were. Right? And એ ટાઈમમાં કઈ આટલું બધું કહેવાય ને રિલિજિયસ વ્યૂ આટલા સ્ટ્રિક્ટ નહોતા. That Hindu will go in Hindu only and Christians will go in Christians only and Muslim will get married to Muslims only. એવું કાંઈ હતું ને એ સમયની અંદર. Right? So it was completely free. People were traveling a lot from one country to the other country. They stayed in India for a number of years. Right? પેલા રાજા શાસિત હતું. Right? બધા Mughals ને Aryans and all that, they were kings. Right? આપણે જોઈ ગયા હતા બધી વસ્તુ. Right? ઇન્ડિયામાં બ્રિટિશર્સ હતા, પછી લાસ્ટ એ લોકોએ ઘણા બધા વર્ષો ઇન્ડિયામાં રૂલ કર્યું and all that kind of things. That is again in history. We won't go deep in that. But my point is, right? Many people in India stayed from different countries. Right? They settled down over here. They got married with the local particular Indians, right? And we are the results. That means we are the next generations. That is why India is called as a mixed economy. That is why India is called as a mixed economy, right? So I hope the concept of mixed economy is clear. શું કામ India mixed economy કહેવામાં આવે છે? કારણ કે અલગ સ્ટેટ્સ છે, અલગ કલ્ચર છે, અલગ કાસ્ટ છે, રાઈટ? અને અલગ અલગ લોકો હજુ પણ અલગ અલગ સ્ટેટ્સમાં વસે છે, with different cultures and caste even today, right? So that is why India is a land of mixed economy and it's rich in cultural heritage. That is why we are having a strong bonding, right? That is why we are having a strong bonding, right? So that is what it is. Indian culture, from the exchange between all this, has become rich. From different cultures જ્યારે ભેગા થાય, right? Divide નથી થતા, ભેગા થાય. Right? They don't divide, they get together, so that makes even more strength, that makes even more powerful of our country, of our nation, right? And that defines our culture. That defines our culture. I'll give you one example so you'll understand what culture is, right? Recently, before 1 week Diwali gay, right? એવું જ છે કે Diwali is a festival of only Hindus? No. Everyone celebrates it. Right? એવું કોઈ જોતું નથી કે ભાઈ દિવાળી છે તો અમે ફટાકડા નહીં ફોડીએ and all that kind of things. What does that represent? That represents the culture of India. Each and every caste celebrates the festival. Right? એવું ક્યાંય કોઈ ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર એવા કોઈ મેન્ટાલિટી અથવા એવી કોઈ હજી એ લેવલ ઉપર આપણે નથી ગયા, રાઈટ? કે કોઈ આપણે ફેસ્ટિવલ સેલિબ્રેટ નથી કરતા. We enjoy each and every particular celebrate each and every festival. ઉત્તરાયણ, right? Second example. Now the next festival would be that, right? After yes, Diwali or Christmas, but Uttarayan, right? So all these festivals are there where we come together and we celebrate. That defines the culture of our own nation that exists still today, right? And how did we got all this culture? From our forefathers. That brings the nation all together and makes the country even more stronger, right? The people of India from the prehistoric period have contributed to the people of world. The art of architecture and sculptures are 5,000 years old. Art and architecture, એટલે જે sculptures છે, જે pictures છે, right? જેની એક image આપેલી છે, beard man sculpture, right? One image has been given away, right? That art and sculpture is almost 5,000 years old. હવે 5,000 વર્ષ પહેલા એટલે તો કેટલું બધું જતું રહ્યું પાછળ. That is before Christ. Right? So that is too much of particular history. હવે એ સમયની અંદર પણ એટલા આર્ટિશિયન્સ હતા, એટલા સ્કલ્પચર્સ હતા, who used to art, who used to draw many things, right? The remains of Indus Valley civilization is an evidence of this. On seeing the remains of the figures of god, goddesses, humans, animals, and several toys, as well as sculpture of a weird man and a statue of a dancer, one feels self-esteemed and pride in our cultural heritage, right? આ બધી વસ્તુ ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર છે. And when we look at all these things, we feel proud. Wow, આપણા જે ancestors હતા, આપણા forefathers હતા, they were so great. They were so great. Used to make certain kind of such beautiful things which still exist today in our country, right? So that defines the culture. That defines the culture, right? One more example that I'll give you. For example, you say Shah Jahan had built Taj Mahal, right? For his wife. So that is a symbol of love in the memory of his wife, right? I mean, wife ni memory ma એને Taj Mahal બનાવ્યો. So that is considered as a symbol of love. Love means peace, right? Love means peace. So that is still in India. So that is a message for us. That is a message for us. આવા ઘણા બધા એવા સ્કલ્પચર્સ, ઘણા બધા એવા આર્ટ્સ, ઘણી બધી એવી વસ્તુ છે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર that has a message. That has a message, and that message defines the culture of our forefathers, and we see all these things that still exist today in India, right? Just because of our forefathers or ancestors, which they did something very extraordinary. So we feel proud that our culture still exists today. Our culture still exists today, right? So this is what it is. This defines the culture because it is made by humans. It is made by humans, right? Our cultural heritage accommodates places, buildings, sculptures, stupas, viharas, chaityas, temples, mosques, tombs, forts and gates. Even historical places of our freedom movement like Sabarmati Ashram, Dandi, Bardoli, Wardha, Shantiniketan, that is in Kolkata, Delhi, etc. Right? આ બધી વસ્તુ જે છે, જે forts છે, જે mosques છે, right? Temples છે, forts છે, gates છે, all these things are a part of the history. Are a part of the history, and that is still there in India, right? Gateway of India, India Gate, Taj Mahal, right? Siddhi Sayyad Nijali, right? Different temples, different mosques, right? Each state has something very unique, and each state represent our country, right? So this defines our culture. This defines our culture, right? And that can also be considered as a part of our cultural heritage, right? Besides languages, जो हम तुमने कहूँ जो अलग states अलग languages. See on the next line it is given. Besides languages, scripts, discovery of zero, mathematics, calendar, astronomy, iron, literature, religion, युद्धस्त्र, chariot, that is ये पेलो रथ होय ने ए, right? Political science, different subjects, zoology, botany, वास्तुशास्त्र. You know what वास्तुशास्त्र is? ये प्रमाणे घरना construction થાય, એ પ્રમાણે બધું બનાવે, right? Religion, different castes, different religions. Republic, that is freedom to think, freedom to act, right? Judiciary, legislation, equal justice to everyone, environment protection, etc. are the important discoveries of India. Are the important discoveries of India. These discoveries were not being made today. These discoveries were being made at that point of time, right? And it still exists today. આ જેટલી ડિસ્કવરીઝ છે, જેટલું માણસે બનાવેલું છે એ સમયની અંદર એ આપણે હજુ પણ ફોલો કરીએ છીએ. સો ધેટ ડિફાઇન્સ ધી કલ્ચરલ હેરિટેજ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા ધેટ સ્ટીલ એક્ઝિસ્ટ ટુડે. ધેટ સ્ટીલ એક્ઝિસ્ટ ટુડે, રાઈટ? આપણે જો જેટલા કોન્સેપ્ટ છે, ઝૂઓલોજી, બોટની, ઓલ ધીસ આર સબ્જેક્ટ્સ ધેટ ઇઝ બીન સ્ટીલ ફોલો. આ બધા સબ્જેક્ટ્સ હજુ છે. વાસ્તુશાસ્ત્ર, હજી કેટલાય લોકો એ પ્રમાણે ઘર બનાવે છે. રિલિજન, સ્ટીલ ઇટ એક્ઝિસ્ટ. જ્યુડિશિયરી, લેજિસ્લેશન, ઇક્વલ જસ્ટિસ, કોર્ટમાં લો છે, રાઈટ? નિયમ પ્રમાણે જજમેન્ટ આપવામાં આવે છે, રાઈટ? પોલિટિકલ સાયન્સ, સબ્જેક્ટ, લિટરેચર, કેલેન્ડર, મેથેમેટિક્સ, એવરીથિંગ જેટલા પણ કોન્સેપ્ટ્સ છે, જેટલા પણ નામ્સ અલગ અલગ આપેલા છે, રાઈટ? All these things are being followed even today. Are being followed even today, right? So that defines the culture which the people had made at that point of time. 5,000 years ago, right? આપણે કે જો લખેલું છે ટેક્સ્ટબુક ની અંદર, it has been 5,000 years ago. So that culture that was being made 5,000 years ago, પછી એમની generation, next to next until 2020, right? And it still exists. હજુ પણ એ કલ્ચર જીવે છે ઇન્ડિયાની. So that is something very great. So we should feel proud as an Indians કે હજુ એ 5,000 વર્ષ જૂનું કલ્ચર, right? એ હજુ પણ એક્ઝિસ્ટ કરે છે આપણા કન્ટ્રીની અંદર. And all these things are being followed even today. That defines the culture, or we can say the cultural heritage of India, right? જેટલા નામ્સ છે અલગ અલગ લાસ્ટ પેરેગ્રાફની અંદર, you have to underline each and everything, right? Cultural heritage of India, right? Two concepts. First one is natural heritage, second one is cultural heritage, right? Natural માં 4 points: landscape, rivers, vegetation and wildlife. Second માં cultural heritage, એમાં અલગ અલગ concepts આપેલા છે. Again, what is cultural heritage? A culture which has been defined or which has been made by humans, right? With tact, wisdom, art and skill is known as culture. Is known as culture, right? So I hope both the points are clear. First one, that is natural heritage, and second one, that is cultural heritage. So let's move ahead with the new topic that is today, cultural heritage of Gujarat. હવે આપણે જેટલું કલ્ચરલ હેરિટેજ જોયું એ જનરલમાં જોઈ ગયા. All these places are being there in India. Now what is the culture of Gujarat? What is so special about Gujarat? Let's look into the textbook. The places having cultural, legendary and archaeological importance are Lothal. Lothal is a place in Gujarat, that is Dhodka તાલુકા. ધોળકા પાસે લોથલ ગામ છે, ત્યાંની વાત છે, right? Rangpur, that is Limdi તાલુકા in Surendranagar district. Dholavira, that is Kutch district. Rosadi of Srinathgarh, that is Rajkot district, etc. The places of pilgrimage are Victory Tower of Vadnagar, stone inscription of King Ashoka at Junagadh, Sun Temple of Modhera, Gate of Champaner, that is Rudra Mahalaya of Sidhpur, Mansar Lake of Viramgam, Jama Masjid of Ahmedabad, Julta Minara, that is Shaking Tower, Siddhi Sayadni Jali, that is Grill, temples of Hathisi, Shastralinga Lake of Patan, Raj Mahal of Baroda, tomb of Muhammad Khan, that is Parsi Agyari of Navsari, are worth seeing places. Are worth seeing places. This is the cultural heritage of Gujarat. Underline all the names, that is starting from the paragraph, that is the places having cultural and legendary and archaeological importance. Archaeological એટલે શું જે બનાવેલું હોય ને, art, with the help of art, right? એટલે એ જે sites અથવા એ જે grill છે અથવા એ જે particular pilgrimage place છે અથવા inscription of King Ashoka stone, right? જેટલા અલગ-અલગ places છે, જેટલા અલગ-અલગ નામ છે, right? એ બધા તમે underline. And you have to write in your book, right, as a points, because it is a cultural heritage of Gujarat. It defines the heritage of Gujarat. કારણ કે તમારી પેપર સ્ટાઇલ થોડીક અપડેટ થઈ છે, રાઈટ? હજી આવી નથી, બટ જે તમારા MCQ ની સિસ્ટમ હતી, રાઈટ, એ 20% થી થઈને 30% થઈ ગઈ છે. So there might be chances that all these things can be asked in MCQ or fill in the blanks, right? જે તમારું સેક્શન A છે, રાઈટ, જે 16 માર્ક્સનું હતું એ કદાચ વધીને 23-24 માર્ક્સનું થઈ જાય. I don't know perfectly what amount of marks it would be, but definitely એ 16 કરતાં તો હવે વધારે જ હશે. So objective would be more, right? True or false, match the following, fill in the blanks, right? MCQs. So there might be a probability in SS also, right, that this all things can be asked because it defines the cultural heritage of Gujarat, right? એટલે જેટલા પ્લેસીસ છે એ બધા તમે પ્રેક્ટિસ કરતા રહેજો ને જેટલી જેટલી વસ્તુ અંડરલાઈન કરાવું છું એ બધી તમે લખતા રહેજો, right? Okay, so this is the cultural heritage of Gujarat. So these are the places with the different particular cities. Places having religious importance are Dwarkadish temple of Dwarka, Sharda Pit of Jagadguru, Shankaracharya, Somnath temple, one of the 12 Jyotirlinga Ambaji in North Gujarat, Banaskantha district, Bauchraji, that is Mehsana district, Ranchodrai temple, that is Dakor in Kheda district, and Shamlaji, that is in Aravali district. So these are some temples, right, which have been very famous as a part of historical things or cultural heritage of Gujarat, which were being made by our forefathers, which used to exist in India many years ago, right? Next, well-known religious, social and tourism-oriented places in Gujarat are Polo Forest, Vijayanagar, that is Sabarkantha district, Kite Festival, that is Kakaria Carnival in Ahmedabad, Tanariri Festival, that is Vadnagar, and Northern Dance Festival, that is Modhera, and Ranotsav, that is in Kutch district, right? So these are some famous places where social and tourism-oriented things are being happening, and that still happens or exists today, right? Kite Festival આપણને બધાને ખબર છે, અમદાવાદમાં રન ઓફ કચ્છ and all that things એ બધી આપણે જોઈએ છે. જે બધી વસ્તુ નથી જોઈએ એ બધી વસ્તુ તમે ખાસ અંડરલાઈન કરીને લખવાની પ્રેક્ટિસ કરવી, કારણ કે જેટલું આપણને ખબર છે, રન ઓફ કચ્છ કદાચ તમે જોયું હશે અથવા સાંભળ્યું હશે, કાઇટ ફેસ્ટિવલ કદાચ તમને ખબર હશે, બટ આ તાનારીરી છે, રાઈટ, પછી Polo Forest છે, Vijayanagar, and all this thing, North Dance Festival that is in Modhera, all these things can be asked, right? તો એ બધી વસ્તુ તમે અંડરલાઈન કરી અને તમે ફેર બુકમાં અથવા અલગ બુકમાં જેમાં તમે લખો છો, make a habit of writing all these things, right? So this defines cultural heritage of Gujarat. Why I am saying? Because Gujarat related છે, right? So there might be more probability that it can be asked in your exam, right? So let's move ahead. Tourism place of Jain and Buddhist. Jain and Buddhist religions prevailed in India, right? હવે Jain and Buddhist, હવે એમની tourism places ક્યાં છે? Consequently, Jain and Buddhist caves are seen at various places in Gujarat. Now, even the Buddhist and Jain caves are being seen in various places in Gujarat. That is Vadnagar. Which places are there? The names have been given. Vadnagar, Taranga, Khambali, Shamlaji, Koteshwar, Talaja, Dhanak, Jhagadia, etc. So these are the places where places of Jain and Buddhist caves are seen in Gujarat, right? જેટલા places ના નામ છે અંડરલાઈન કરી નાખો. વડનગર, તરંગા, ખંભાલિયા, શામલાજી, કોટેશ્વર, તલાજા, ધાક and Jagadia, etc. are the tourist places for Jain and Buddhist. Tourist places for Jain and Buddhist because there are caves of Jain and Buddhist in Gujarat, right? So underline all that names, right, with different places. Okay. Now the next concept, right? See, fairs of Gujarat. હવે ગુજરાતની અંદર ફેર એટલે શું? તો કે મેળો, right? આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં એને મેળો કહીએ, right? So different fairs are being taken place in Gujarat, right? So varied culture of Gujarat is seen in many places. Hence, fairs have traditional, religious and social importance are being held. Some important fairs are among them are given below. There are 15 name of fairs, the places and the date or the time of fair, right? You have to remember each and everything, right? આ history છે, આમાં કોઈ changes નથી થતા. જે છે એ જગ્યાનું નામ, એ પ્લેસનું નામ અને કયા તારીખ અથવા કયા મહિનામાં એ ફેર્સ થાય છે એ તમારે યાદ રાખવાનું રહેશે. I am not saying that you write it in the book, right? હું તમને લખવા માટે નથી કહેતો. What am I trying to say is you have to remember. કારણ કે બધા places છે એ important છે અને એ પૂછાઈ શકે એવા છે. In match the following, right? So it is a historical concept. No changes are there. You have to remember or learn by heart. Right? So I'm once reading all the 15 places, the particular place, the name of the fair and the time of the fair, right? First one, Modhera fair, that is been placed, that is Mehsana, and time, that is 3rd week of January. Second, Bauchraji fair, that is again in Mehsana. Time of fair, that is Chaitra Sud Punam. Third one, Shamlaji, that is place Aravali, Kartik Sud 11 to Punam, right? Fourth, Vadarvi Punam fair, that is Banaskantha, and Vadarvi Punam, that is the time of fair. Fifth one, Bhavnath Mahadev fair, that is Junagadh, Mark 1 9 to 12, that is as per Gujarati calendar, right? આજે બધા 9 to 12 and Magh and Kartik and Chaitra and all these things are some Gujarati months, name of the months, right? Sixth, Tarnetar fair, that is Surendranagar, first week of Bhadrapad. Seventh, Bhadiyat fair, that is Ahmedabad, Rajab month, date 9, 10 and 11. Next, Naklang fair, that is Bhavnagar, that is Bhadarwa Wad Amas. Next, Madhavpur fair, that is Porbandar, Chaitra Sud 9 to 13. Next, Votha fair, that is Ahmedabad, Dholka, Kartik Sud Punam. Next, Miradatar fair, that is Mehsana, Rajab month 16 to 22. Next, Dang's Darbar fair, that is in Dang, the place of the name is Dang, right? That is Falgun Sud Punam. Gol Gadha fair, that is Dahod, 5 to 7 days after Holi. Kartik Purnima fair, that is Gir. The name of the place is Somnath, right? Gir. Kartik Sud Purnam. And the last one, that is Bhanguria fair, that is Chota Udaipur. And the time is from Holi to Rang Panchami, right? You have to remember it. Maximum probability that can be asked in match the followings. That can be asked in match the followings. જે રીતે તમને યાદ રહે એ રીતે તમે યાદ રાખી શકો છો. તમે જે સેપરેટ બુક બનાવી છે એમાં તમારે લખીને યાદ રાખવું હોય તો એ રીતે યાદ રાખી શકો છો. And if you want to read and learn by heart, you can even do that things. I'm not saying it compulsory નથી કહેતો કે તમારે લખવાનું જ છે, but whatever you feel easy, right? જે રીતે તમને ઈઝી પડે એ રીતે તમે એને લખી શકો છો અથવા યાદ રાખી શકો છો. ઓકે, સો લેટ્સ મૂવ અહેડ. ઇન્ડિયા. નાઉ વી આર કમિંગ બેક અગેન ટુ અવર નેશન, રાઈટ? આગળનો જે આપણે કોન્સેપ્ટ જોઈ ગયા, ધેટ ઇઝ કલ્ચરલ હેરિટેજ ઓફ ગુજરાત, રાઈટ? એમાં ડિફરન્ટ પ્લેસીસ, ડિફરન્ટ મોસ્ક, જૈન એન્ડ બુદ્ધિસ્ટ, ડિફરન્ટ ફેર્સ, ઓલ ધીસ થિંગ્સ, રાઈટ? એમાં પણ લગભગ મેજોરિટી બધા ગુજરાતના છે, રાઈટ? ફેર્સ, એના નામ્સ, એના સ્ટેટ્સ અને એના ટાઈમિંગ્સ, રાઈટ? All that places and all that things are of Gujarat. Now we are shifting to the topic of new, that is India, our nation, land and people. આપણી જગ્યા અને આપણા માણસો. Primitive man came into existence in eastern South Africa. Mesmerized by varied and prosperous heritage, many foreign tribes came to India. So this is what I told before 15 minutes back. Many foreign tribes came back to India, right? એવી કેટલી બધી foreign tribes છે જે ઇન્ડિયામાં આવીને વસી ગઈ, right? This primitive man concept, જે primitive man નો આપણે concept જોયો છે ને, એ ઇન્ડિયામાં actually develop નહોતો થયો. That developed in the eastern South Africa, right? અને ત્યાંથી population increase થતું ગયું, people were traveling. And many people, that is foreign tribes, right? અલગ country ના લોકો ઇન્ડિયામાં આવીને વસી, right? Consequently, the remains of all the tribes are being found here. હજી એ બધાની જે tribes છે એમની ક્યાંક તો next generation હજુ ઇન્ડિયામાં જોવા મળે છે, right? The Dravidians were considered to be the most Asian people of India. એવું કહેવામાં આવ્યું છે કે દ્રાવિડિયન્સ લોકો જે હતા, they are the most older or the ancient people of India, right? But the modern researcher of linguistic and anthropology, right? જે recent researchers છે જે આવી બધી વસ્તુ ઉપર research કરે છે, right? કે ઇન્ડિયામાં કોણ હતું પહેલા, right? Have proved that even before the Dravidians, 6 more tribes came and settled in India, right? એ જે રિસર્ચર્સ છે જે અત્યારે કરન્ટલી રિસર્ચ કરે છે that who were the people who lived in India before many years ago, they say that કે દ્રાવિડિયન્સ સૌથી જૂના છે, પણ અત્યારના જે મોડર્ન રિસર્ચર્સ છે જે આવી બધી વસ્તુ પર રિસર્ચ કરે છે, that is linguistic and anthropological concepts, right? They say that even 6 more tribes before Dravidians were there in India, right? આ એક એવી વસ્તુ છે કે જે પ્રોબેબિલિટી ઉપર ચાલે છે. વી કેન નોટ ડિફાઇન હુ વેર ધેર ઇન ઇન્ડિયા, રાઈટ? આપણે એમ કહીએ છીએ ઇન્ડિયન્સ, આપણે એમ કહીએ છીએ એશિયન્સ, આપણે એમ કહીએ છીએ યુરોપિયન્સ, આપણે એમ કહીએ છીએ અમેરિકન્સ. એ અત્યારે આપણે કહીએ, પણ આજથી 5000 વર્ષ પહેલા કયા કોન્ટિનેન્ટ્સ હતા, કયા દેશ હતા, શું હતું, લોકો કેવી રીતે ટ્રાવેલ કરતા હતા, વી ડોન્ટ નો ઓલ ધીસ થિંગ્સ, રાઈટ? ત્યારે કોઈ એવું બી નહોતું કહી શકતું this is my country and this is your country, you are not allowed to travel in my country or you are allowed to travel in my country. All these concepts were not even there before many years ago, and the chapter that we are learning is talking about 5000 years ago, right? 5000 વર્ષ જૂનું એ કોન્સેપ્ટ, એ પ્લેનેટ, એ સિચ્યુએશન, એ પ્લેનેટમાં રહેતા માણસો કેવા હશે, કોણ હશે? આપણે એમ કહીએ primitive man, but how it developed in eastern Africa, that is again a question, right? We have certain history, right? અને એ હિસ્ટ્રી ઉપર આપણે એઝ્યુમ કરીને એમ કહીએ છીએ કે ભાઈ ઇન્ડિયામાં આટલા લોકો હતા ને અહીંયા રહેતા, right? So we have to accept that there were many people, right? They traveled from different countries, migrated to our country and settled in our place, right? So okay, let's look which are the other tribes of particular people who stayed in India before the Dravidians, right? First, Negrotoid, that is the Hapsi people. Hapsi માણસો જોયા ને એકદમ હાઈટમાં બહુ 6 feet plus height હોય અને એકદમ strong હોય, right? So that is Hapsi people. Some historians believe, some historians believe, મેં તમને હમણાં જ કીધું, right? આપણે ખાલી માનવાનું છે from the history or the data that we are getting today, right? Some historians એટલે જે history ઉપર લખવાવાળા છે એ લોકો બી believe કરે છે. એ લોકો કોઈ જાતની ગેરંટી નથી આપતા, right? Because we don't know, because for 5000 years back we go behind and we cannot see who were there in India or who were there in America or who were there in other country, right? કે અમેરિકા હતું પણ કે રશિયા હતું પણ કે ચાઇના હતું, don't know, right? હતું, that's a question mark, right? Certain things which cannot be asked a question, but જે facts અને data જૂના મળેલા છે એના ઉપરથી historians લખે છે. They write it in a proper way, so we can get the information, right? ઘણીવાર એવું વિચારવા જેવું છે કે ઇન્ડિયામાં જે કાસ્ટ અને કલ્ચર છે ને એવું બીજા કોઈ કન્ટ્રીમાં નથી વર્લ્ડની, right? You go to any other countries in this world, you find majority either Muslims or Christians, right? But India is the only country in this world where you find lot of people with different languages and different caste and religion, right? So that's something very great. Right? This is a strange thing that our nation has, and actually it's a strength. તમે જેટલા કોઈ બી કન્ટ્રીઝમાં તમે જશો, right? અલગ ઇન્ડિયાને છોડીને you will find two castes majority, right? But when you come to India, you will find lot of people with different caste and languages, right? So that is actually a strength for us. Right? That makes our nation even more stronger, right? હવે જે historians છે એ એવું believe કરે છે કે that before Dravidians there were 6 other tribes who stayed in India. So some of the names of the tribes have been given over here. So the first one is Hapsi people, right? Repeating it again. Some historians believe that Negrate or Negros are the most inhabitants of India. અત્યારે Hapsi people, if I'm not wrong, they are in Africa. Right? Primitive man એ ત્યાંથી ડેવલપ થયો, Hapsi people એ ત્યાંથી ડેવલપ થયા, right? Some believe that they are the most oldest people who live in India or have lived in India, right? They came from Africa via Balochistan to India, right? They were black, having the height of 4 to 5 feet and curly hair, right? Height of 4 to 5 feet. Sorry, that is not 6 feet, but 4 to 5 feet, right? And curly hair, right? So that is what the particular caste or the tribe that lived in India, that is what some historians say, that they are the most ancient inhabitants of India. સૌથી જૂનામાં જૂના કોઈ માણસો હોય જે ઇન્ડિયામાં રહેતું હોય, even before the Dravidians. So they were the Negrotoid, or you can say the Hapsi people, right? Second, that is Australoid, that is Nishad people. So now what is Hapsi people we know. So now what is Nishad people? People of this tribe came from Southeast Asia. Asia એક આખું કોન્ટિનેન્ટ છે, એમાં સાઉથ ઈસ્ટ એટલે એશિયામાં ઈસ્ટ, એમાં પણ સાઉથનો પાર્ટ, રાઈટ? Their physical features were black skin with broad head, flat nose, short in height, etc. હવે એમનું physical structure આવું હતું, right? That is black skin with broad head, flat nose and short in height. The Aryan who came later on to India called them Nishad. હવે આર્યન્સ ની જ્યારે વસ્તી વધતી ગઈ, who came later to India, હવે ક્યાંથી આવ્યા એ નથી ખબર, બટ એમનું જે પર્ટિક્યુલર નંબર્સ હતા આર્યન્સના એ વધતા ગયા, and when there was a majority of the Aryans, right, they called these people as Nishad people, right, because they were flat nose and short in height and broad head, માથું મોટું, nose એકદમ flat, રાઈટ, અને હાઇટ એકદમ શોર્ટ. એટલે આર્યન્સ છે ને એમને શું કહેતા હતા? નિષદ પીપલ કહેતા. The origin of tribes like Kol and Munda, Khasi, tribes of Assam, the tribes of Nicobar and Myanmar have similarities to Australoids, right? ઘણી વાર તમે જોજો એ જે તમે નોર્થ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયામાં સ્પેશિયલી નિકોબાર, મ્યાનમાર, રાઈટ, આસામી પીપલ, રાઈટ, એમને તમે જોશો ને સો એમના ફેસ થોડા અલગ હશે, રાઈટ. They won't look like Indians. Their face and their physical structure would be little bit different, right? And all these people will have different skin tone and the facial structure would be something else from our Indians, right? Because they were called Nishad people. Their contribution in the development of Indian culture and civilization is immense. They have contributed for our nation at the very strongest level. They made clay utensils, wore cotton clothes and knew many other skills. They had great religious belief too, right? This is all about Nishad people, right? So they were with broad head, black skin, flat nose, and they were short in height. At which place? That is Assam, Nicobar and Myanmar. Majority of the people were found over there, right? And Aryans used to call these people as Nishad people. Okay, moving towards the third point, that is the Dravidians, right? Dravidians were considered to be the creator of Sindhu Valley civilization of Mohenjo-daro and the direct descendants of stone and culture. Direct descendants of stone and culture. જે લોકો સ્ટોન્સ, પથ્થરમાં જે લોકો આર્ટ, પથ્થરમાંથી જે આર્ટ, ડિઝાઇન અને કલ્ચર ડેવલપ કર્યું ને, રાઈટ, that is what the Dravidians were. That is what the Dravidians were, right? Direct descendants. Descendants means generation of stones and culture, right? એ બધું એમનામાં ઇનબોર્ન હતું. સ્ટોન અને સ્ટોનમાંથી એ જે આર્ટ, ડિઝાઇન, કલ્ચર ડેવલપ કરતા હતા, those people were known as the Dravidians, right? The tribes which came from north survived with the languages and cultural features. Later on they were called Dravidians. Dravidians give the concept of mother as goddess and father as god. Right? Those people give the concept that mother as goddess and father as a god. So they thought of Parvati and Shiva. So they thought of Parvati and Shiva as mother and father developed. As mother and father developed, right? So આ રીતે આ concept બહાર પડ્યો of Shiva and Parvati, that is mother and father, which was being developed by Dravidians, right? Moreover, the tradition of worshipping nature is a gift of Dravidians. The tradition of worshipping with dhoop, agarbatti, right? That is incense stick. Deep, that is lamp. આપણે હજુ દીવો સળગાવીએ છીએ, right? And આરતી, હજી ઘણા બધા લોકો આરતી કરે છે મંદિરમાં. Are considered to be the gifts of Dravidians. Are considered to be the gift of Dravidians. That means all these concepts was being developed by Dravidians, right? Besides nature and animal worshipping, etc., are the great features. Original deities, that is the original people of Dravidians, have been accepted by Aryans and were re-established by them as a god of culture with the pace of time. બે અલગ અલગ કાસ્ટ છે, Dravidians and Aryans, right? Aryans is little bit different, but અત્યારે આપણે Dravidians ઉપર ફોકસ કરવાનું છે, okay? Original deities of Dravidians have been accepted by Aryans and were established by them as a god of culture with the pace of time. Under the tremendous influence of North Aryan culture was deeply internalized by the Dravidians. I'm repeating it again, try to understand. Under the tremendous influence of North Aryan, that is, Aryans used to live in north of India. Dravidians used to live in south of India, right? The South Indian culture છે, they were called the Dravidians. અને નોર્થમાં જે ઇન્ડિયામાં રહેતા હતા એ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમે અહીંયા કોઈ particular year નથી આપેલું, but we have to assume that there were Aryans and Dravidians which were living in India. Aryans were living in the north of India, Dravidians were living in the south of India, right? Under the tremendous influence of North Aryan culture was deeply internalized by the Dravidians. Hence, intercaste marriages took place. Hence, intercaste marriages took place. એ સમયમાં intercaste marriage allowed હતું. Right? અલગ અલગ કાસ્ટ ના હોય તો પણ marriage allowed હતું. Right? So now we can say it's very difficult whatever religion is. એ સમયમાં જો ઇન્ટરકાસ્ટ મેરેજ થયા હોય ને એમની નેક્સ્ટ ટુ નેક્સ્ટ જનરેશન્સ આપણે હોઈએ, સો હાઉ કેન વી ડિફાઇન વોટ અવર કાસ્ટ એન્ડ રિલિજન ઇઝ, રાઈટ? સો દેટ ઇઝ અગેન એન ક્વેશ્ચન માર્ક. ઘણી બધી વસ્તુ હિસ્ટ્રીની અંદર એવી હોય છે, રાઈટ, કે જે આપણે ખાલી સમજવાની, બીકોઝ નો વન હેઝ ધી રેકોર્ડ ઓફ ફોર ફાધર્સ. એટલો જૂનો ડેટા તો કોઈની પાસે નથી, રાઈટ? સો દેટ ઇઝ વોટ ઇટ ઇઝ, એન્ડ ધીસ ડિફાઇન્સ the particular culture of our nation, that makes the unique culture. Ek jo country je, I guess, in this whole world with different caste and culture being there in this world, and that makes unique and makes even more powerful, right? Hence intercaste marriages took place. Dravidians had matrilineal system of family, and Dravidians progressed a lot in different crafts and art like building of boat and raft, weaving, spinning, dyeing, etc. I am no business of the Dravidians now, right? In different crafts એટલે એવી activity, right? Like building boat બનાવે, rafting, weaving, spinning, dyeing, copy કરે, dyeing the concepts હોય, right? Same to same બીજી એના જેવી products બનાવે, etc. Due to dominance of the Aryans, they shifted to south and settled there. So this is an important line. Due to the dominance of Aryans, they shifted to the south. મેં તમને કીધું દ્રવિડિયન્સ સાઉથ માં હતા અને આર્યન્સ નોર્થ માં હતા. હવે જો આ લાઈન ખાસ સમજજો. Due to the dominance of Aryans, they shifted to the south of India and settled there. એક point of time એ દ્રવિડિયન્સ અને આર્યન્સ બંને જોડે રહેતા હતા. That is in north of India. હવે આ લાઈનમાં એવું લખેલું છે, ડ્યુ ટુ ધી ડોમિનન્સ ઓફ આર્યન્સ, એટલે આર્યન્સની એટલી બધી વસ્તી હતી, એટલા બધા માણસો નોર્થ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયામાં રહેતા હતા કે it became very difficult for the Dravidians to stay in north of India. So they migrated themselves from north to the south of India. Right? પેલા બધા ભેગા જ હતા. દ્રવિડિયન્સ કયો કે આર્યન્સ કયો, એક જ જગ્યાએ રહેતા હતા, that is north of India. હવે આર્યન્સનું જે પર્ટિક્યુલર સ્ટ્રેન્થ છે ઇન ધ ટર્મ્સ ઓફ નંબર્સ એ એટલું સ્ટ્રોંગ થતું ગયું, સો ઇટ બીકેમ્સ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ ફોર ધ દ્રવિડિયન્સ, સો દે સેટલડ ધેમસેલ્ફ ઇન ધ સાઉથ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા, એટલે નીચે આવતા રહે ઇન્ડિયા. હવે એ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમે ઇન્ટરકાસ્ટ મેરેજ એલાઉડ હતું, રાઈટ? અહીં લખેલું છે ઇન ધ પ્રીવિયસ લાઇન ધેટ ઇન્ટરકાસ્ટ મેરેજીસ વેર બીંગ એલાઉડ. So it might be a probability again that many Dravidians got married with the Aryans, અને એમની નેક્સ્ટ જનરેશન નીચે સાઉથમાં ગઈ હશે, અથવા અમુક જનરેશન ત્યાં નોર્થમાં રહે હશે, રાઈટ? અને પાછું એ ડેવલપ થતું જાય. સો this is what it is, right? As a result, today we can see people speaking Dravid family languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam, etc. Right? So these are the languages which are being developed by the Dravidians. Underline that languages: Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam, etc. That is being spoken in south of India, right? And which has been developed by the Dravidians. And moving towards the last topic, that is other tribes. There were some other tribes also. Apart from the above, Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid tribe were also being there in India. So these were some other different tribes which were being there in India, right? So that is the first one. That is what we are going to discuss. That is Mongoloid and Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid. These are some different tribes or other tribes which existed in India with the Dravidians, with the Nishad people and with the Hapsi people. So what is Mongoloid? They came to India from North China. હવે આ એવી પર્ટિક્યુલર ટ્રાઇબ છે જે ચાઇનામાંથી ઇન્ડિયામાં આવી, રાઈટ? Via Tibet, settled down at North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan, West Bengal, etc. China માંથી certain people they traveled themselves to India and settled over there. તો ઇન્ડિયામાં કઈ કયા particular states માં Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan, West Bengal, etc. Right? These people are known as Mongoloids. They gradually Indianized themselves. Gradually Indianized themselves. એ લોકો એવું કહેતા હતા કે અમે તો ઇન્ડિયન્સ છીએ. શું કહેતા હતા? That we are Indians. We are not from the particular North China. We actually are Indians. Mongoloid people possess the physical characters like yellow complexion, flat face, chubby cheeks, cheeks एकदम heavy હોય એવા. Almond shaped eyes एकदम almond નો shape કેવો હોય એવી આંખો, right, etc. And Mongoloids were of yellow complexions and they were known as Kirat. They were known as Kirat, right? See, one more example of mixed economy, right? આપણે આફ્રિકન કન્ટ્રીઝનું જોઈ ગયા, હપ્સી પીપલ, નિષદ પીપલ, આર્યન્સ, દ્રવિડિયન્સ. હવે અધર ટ્રાઇબમાં મોંગલોઇડ્સ. તો મોંગલોઇડ્સ ક્યાંથી? તો કે ચાઇનામાંથી. So where China? It is north of China. They traveled there, settled in our country and they say that we are Indians. અને કયા પ્લેસીસમાં ટ્રાવેલ કર્યું? That is Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal, right? So this is known as again an other tribes, that is Mongoloid tribes. And one more, that is Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid. Now what is this tribe? See, these people migrated from Central Asia. હવે એશિયામાં કેટલા બધા countries આવે? એશિયા એક આખું કોન્ટિનેન્ટ છે, રાઈટ? હવે એની અંદર ઘણા બધા countries આવે. હવે આ લોકો પણ ઇન્ડિયામાં આવી ગયા, રાઈટ? See, these people migrated from Central Asia and all these tribes, that is Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid, have similarities. The origin, that is genus, of these tribes are found of large number in Gujarat, Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Bengal and Odisha. These are the places where they have traveled from Central Asia, China, right, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, બીજા અલગ-અલગ એશિયાના continents, right, Malaysia and all that things. They traveled from Central Asia. Where did they travel? To India. Where did they travel? They traveled to India. And India માં કયા particular states માં? તો કે ગુજરાત, right? સૌરાષ્ટ્ર. સૌરાષ્ટ્રમાં આ tribes છે. Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid, right? Maharashtra, Bengal and Odisha, that is formerly known as Orissa. So these are some other tribes which still exist in our state, especially Saurashtra. આપણે ક્યાંય નામ નથી સાંભળ્યા અથવા આપણે ક્યાંય જોયા પણ નથી, but આવી tribes હજુ પણ છે. This tribe still exists even in India today. Very few in numbers, but હજુ પણ છે, right? That is in Gujarat, Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Bengal and Odisha. So these are some other tribes, that is Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid, which exist in our country even today, right? So the land and people, four concepts. First one, that is the Hapsi people. Second one, that is the Nishad people. Third one, that is the Dravidians. And fourth one, that is the other tribes. And what are included in other tribes? That is Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid.